Finding the right stylist for curly hair, and especially mixed race hair, can be something of a nightmare. If you get it wrong, it's not only upsetting, it can also be very costly. Always have an initial consultation, and if you're not happy with the conversation, try somewhere else. Get recommendations from friends and family, and don't be afraid to approach people on the street. It would be a compliment that you've noticed them, and people love talking hair. Try it and see. Now, it's vital you find someone who asks the right questions, listens to your needs, and then follows through on their advice. Have a listen to the following examples.
Knotty, just before I wash it, so it takes quite a long time to wash out, but I can do it by myself.
Olympia is 11 years old and has very thick, long, beautiful virgin hair. She and her mum are struggling to care for it, and it's essential that they develop a regime that works for Olympia, as she has to start caring for it by herself. Through sheer desperation, they had considered cutting it, but Olympia loves her long hair. A chat with Junior brings him up to speed with what they're doing right and wrong and what they need to change.
Well, I put the shampoo in it. I have the conditioner in there and then I comb out the knots. Then I put it into 2 plaits so I can sleep with it. For conditioning and shampooing, I put Pantene in, and then for moisturisers, I put in Motions that my dad has because he's got like sort of frizzy hair. I have to either wash it out the day that I finish my swimming, or I leave it until Sunday again, but it gets matted.
You didn't look too bad. I washed it yesterday.
I washed it.
Oh yeah, you washed it. Yeah.
Can I just remove your head then?
Yeah.
It's great hair.
It is, isn't it?
Yeah.
Oh, my main concern is the fact that she's going away to school and she can't manage her hair at all on her own. She can shampoo it, she can condition it and everything, but she couldn't really divide it into, plait it both sides, and it looked reasonably nice. She'd have to be looking at herself in the mirror.
Right.
There's a third one, Olympia, there. Well, that's 2 now.
Okay.
You see, it is quite difficult without a mirror, isn't it?
I think, Olympia, what you should try to do is take smaller sections. You should find more management. I think it's taking too much of a bigger section. That's just getting lost.
Matilda is just 3 years old and has relatively fine hair with a loose curl, but it does have a tendency to get very dry and tangled. Matilda also suffers from eczema, so Mum Ida has to be very wary of the products she uses on her little girl.
Well, this is Matilda. She's 3. Seth, 6, and my husband Simon. Matilda's hair is very soft, easy to comb once we start off, but it tangles very quickly. Seth's hair, on the other hand, is just a nightmare to comb. Matilda's routine is a bit different. Once it has been moisturised when we've shampooed her, we leave it for 2 days for the grease to calm down. Because Matilda also has eczema, so we leave it for a couple of days, and then what happens then is her hair gets really dry. This is 4 days without moisturiser and it's extremely dry, but it's probably the best we're going to get.
Right, Ida, what are your concerns with Matilda's hair?
Well, my concern is that the moisturiser doesn't penetrate, it just stays on top.
And what are you using?
I'm using Vaseline type product, yes.
Well, hence why obviously it's just sitting on top, because they won't penetrate. So that's why they still have that tacky, dry, brittle feel to it, because they're not actually penetrating into the hair shaft, so they're still just basically sitting on top. You actually need a moisturising leave-in conditioner, again, and shampoo. What about shampoos?
Shampoo, we use a shampoo that has a conditioner in it.
Okay.
And once it's washed, her hair becomes like brick. You can't put the
Right,
comb through.
okay. And that's with the moisturising conditioner. Okay, because we've got other, obviously we'll tell you about what other products you can use.
Yeah.
Because Matilda's still fairly quite young,
Yes.
she's only 3, so you definitely want something mild, but at the same time moisturising for the hair.
Okay.
Now, what I'd suggest you do, what's your routine when you shampoo?
Shampoo, then put in the leave-in conditioner, wash that out.
Okay.
Even though the shampoo already has conditioner.
Okay, but it's probably not enough, does it?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
And then once I've combed it out, I then put the Vaseline in. And then,
On the wet hair?
On the wet hair.
Okay, all right.
And then that's it, she can go and play.
Right, okay. Well, what I'd advise you to do is probably, do you give it 1 shampoo, 2 shampoos? What's the frequency?
It's 1 shampoo a week.
Okay.
Yes.
Yeah, 1 shampoo, because Matilda's still fairly young, should be adequate if you're using the right product.
Yeah.
Now, the first one.
Seth is 7 and he loves his surfer look. He had his hair cut only once before and it was such a terrible experience he's never had it cut since. Mum Ida dreads washing and combing out day. His hair gets dry and tangled after just 1 day and Mum needs to find the right products and the right regime that would allow him to wear it down but keep it moisturised and tangle free. Seth had a consultation with Junior and Joy and it was Joy who looked after Seth.
Seth's hair, on the other hand, is just a nightmare to comb. Easier to comb when it's dry, when it's wet, and he has a lot of it, and it just seems to grow overnight. I wash it twice a week. I would love to do it more often, but it could take 45 minutes. We did cut it, and that was tears. We did cut it very short about a couple of years ago. I think there was about 1 centimetre left.
You took him to a hairdresser a couple of years ago and asked for a trim, and the guy didn't know what he was doing, and it came out really, really short. It was awful.
My ideal situation would be for the hair to look like this constantly, really. To be able to not have to spend 45 minutes doing the hair.
Seth's okay, but this one, greasy hands, walls.
Right, concerns with Seth's hair. Does he normally wear it this long?
It does, because he likes it long. He
Oh, he
likes
does?
the whole surfer look and
Oh,
long.
right, okay.
I think that's Seth's style.
Yeah.
However, the concern is how do we manage it? This hair, believe it or not, yesterday was greased and creamed and shampooed and conditioner, and today
It's just, okay, are you applying your conditioners on wet hair or are you drying it?
on wet hair, apply the conditioner.
Okay, obviously as the hair's drying, the product's just, you thin the product.
Tell me a little bit about Seth's hair, what's been happening?
Well, I just don't know how to manage or look after it. The thought of combing his hair is a dread. It takes 45 minutes, probably an hour, and that we do that twice a week.
Is that because it gets matted and he gets a bit frustrated with the combing and everything else? Okay. Just tell me what your daily routine is and, you know, shampoo wise and...
We don't really have a daily routine. We have a twice a week routine, which is we shampoo it, conditioner it. Once it has the conditioner on, I comb it. And then I wash it again, wash the conditioner out, then put the moisturiser on and comb it, and then tie it in a bun, and that's it.
And then you just leave it?
Yes.
Okay. What shampoo and conditioner are you using?
I use soften-free shampoo and conditioner, and then I use an extra conditioner which is called olive oil.
Okay, is that olive oil? The
Yes.
olive oil. Is that leave-in or rinse out?
It's rinse out.
Okay. Right. You sound like you've got an idea of what you're doing. You know, it doesn't sound too bad. I think the thing where you're going wrong is tying it back.